I just can't stop smiling. This book is so good.
But oh, my love, you lied.
It's pitched as an enemies with benefits romance, and so automatically I was like, absolutely yes. Did reading fantasy romance put me in the biggest reading slump that I have ever experienced in February? Yes. Are we back into it and loving every second?
Also yes.
I'm wearing my Romantasy Reader sweatshirt because that's the vibes. Okay, so the first book that I've been reading, I'm currently 33% of the way through, and I'm reading these on my Kindle, so I will pop up pictures of the covers. It's called Kiss of the Selkie. It is by Tessana Odette. It is the third book in the Entangled with Fae series. I love these books with my entire heart and soul. These are retellings. They are like Fae retellings of classic fairy tales, but all of these books are standalone books. So it is a Little Mermaid retelling with Fae. It's also giving The Bachelor. So we have our main character, her name is Maisie. She is the princess, like the princess of the sea. She's a Selkie, so she is half seal. She has like a seal skin, but then when she takes off her seal skin, she turns into like a human little chica with really short pink hair. Independent, she's a little bit reserved, she's a little bit trying to figure out her life, and she had to run away because she is trying to escape the evil sea queen, who is her mom, and she is giving Ursula. Her mom wants to like basically capture her because Maisie found out that she has the power to kill. Her kiss is deadly, and anyone that she kisses, she kills. Loving every second of it. The other book that I've been reading is the third book in the Heart Hassle series by Raven Kennedy. So it's a reverse harem, like medium burn series, and I have been absolutely loving it so much. It's a romantasy comedy book, and it literally makes me giggle when I'm reading it, and I just love it so much. So those are our two books that we're focused on right now. I hope that you're excited. If you are, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and subscribe, and let's read some books. Happy Tuesday. I don't know why I have to think so hard about that. So this morning I had to wake up early for me, probably normal time for a lot of people, but I woke up at 6:45 because I had a work call that I was listening in on at 7 o'clock. Then I was just like on this roll of productivity. So I went food shopping at Trader Joe's, had a yummy breakfast, and then I just made coffee, and I wanted to do a little reading update because last night I read up to 20% in Crimes of Cupidity. This book is like, I don't want to say tense because it's not, like, you know that it's just a silly, goofy, fun time, but it's very juicy. There's like this big question mark. We're wondering if some of our main characters are gonna be okay, and where are they? They're kind of like lost and we don't know where they are at this point in time. I've been holding off on continuing reading Kiss of the Selkie because my friend Sarah said that she like might want to read it with me and catch up to me, and I'm only 30% of the way through that book, like I mentioned, so I'm kind of like waiting for her to see if she's actually gonna like catch up before I continue with it. One of my audiobook holds became available on Libby for The Last Bride of the Flower. I'll pop up the picture of the cover. Jan read this book and absolutely loved it, and she said that she thinks that I would really like it, so I might start that today. Also, sorry if the light keeps changing. It's very like cloudy slash sunny slash rainy today. It's just like all of the things. So my goal for today is to read quite a bit more of Crimes of Cupidity because I just feel like it's so fun. It's such a quick read. I'm gonna say an actual goal actually. I want to read to at least 60%. I kind of want to be crazy and say 75, but we're gonna stick with 60. I want to read to 60% in Crimes of Cupidity today, so hold me to it. not at 65% yet. I'm at 58%, so almost, but I can't even deal with the smut that's in this book. It is some of the best I've ever read in my entire life. I'm almost open to revisiting Raven Kennedy's Guild series because I know that like a bunch of people are obsessed with those books. And I did not like them. I got 50% through the first book. But the way that Raven Kennedy has me wrapped around her finger with the smut that she has written in this book, I just can't stop smiling. This book is so good. I will stop gushing now. I'm gonna finish this chapter and then I need to make some food, eat, hydrate, maybe it's Diet Coke time. I just need to chill and like breathe for a little while. The shock, I literally just started listening to the last tale of the Flower Bride. I am 26 seconds into listening to this audiobook and I find out that one of the narrators is Steve West. The stars have aligned. Chimo just did the cutest yawn in the background. Oh my gosh. We need to have him in the shot. Steve West is hands down my favorite audiobook narrator of all time. So I'm already obsessed with this book and Jan told me that I'm gonna love it. So here we are.
Anyways,
I'm going to eat my pizza, continue listening to this already stunning audiobook 26 seconds in, and I will report back soon. I'm back. It's been like 5 seconds. I need you guys to just listen to this man's voice. I'm gonna play like, I don't know, 15 seconds of this audiobook.
You warned me that knowing your secret would destroy us. At first, it sat in our marriage like a blue-lipped ghost, hardly noticeable until a trick of the light drew it into focus. But you could always tell the days when it gnawed at my thoughts. You tried to comfort me. You stroked my face and curled my fingers to your heart. You said, if you pry, you'll destroy our marriage. But oh, my love, you lied.
This is my favorite mug and I forgot that I had it until I went in my like separate mug cupboard that apparently I haven't looked in a really long time and I found it. How exciting is that? Happy Wednesday. A couple reading updates. Last night I got up to 70% in Crimes of Cupidity. Yesterday I was absolutely feral. I was out of my mind. Basically in this third book, no spoilers if you want to read it, but there's like a part where some characters get separated and so you know that when they like find each other again, it's gonna be a crazy spicy reunion, and that's exactly what it was. And I was losing my stinking mind. Like it was so good. So when I continued reading last night before bed, I had like mellowed out a little bit, but then also so did the story. So I'm curious to see how it will end. Obviously I only have like 30% left. I can definitely finish that today, which I'm really excited to do. And we'll see how I feel about it. But I feel like it's one of those books that might be, the first half is a little bit stronger and more exciting than what the second half is gonna be. But all of the books so far have ended on decent cliffhangers, make you wanna read the next one. So we'll see how it goes. And then I listened to 2 chapters so far of the last tale of the Flower Bride. I think it's really intriguing. So I didn't really go into this book reading the summary, which I don't usually do. I usually like to be familiar with what I'm getting myself into with a book. I basically just knew it was like a romance that had like fantastical elements to it, and that's pretty much it. So we have our main character who is called the bridegroom, and so far the chapters that I've encountered have been from his POV. I understand that this book is a dual POV. There's the bridegroom and then there's Azor. From what I know about the bridegroom, he's narrated by Steve West, so already I'm in love with him. He is, in my opinion, he struggles to understand the difference between reality and like fantasy. You can't really trust if what he's describing to you is actually his reality or if it's in his head. You feel like you're like in a room that you're not supposed to be in, watching people interact when they like need privacy. I am very excited to continue with both of these books, and I will check in once I've finished Crimes of Cupidity and when I get further along with The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. Okay, I finished Crimes of Cupidity. I ended up giving it 3 stars because the ending of the book was very plot oriented, which is fine, but like the plot is not the strong suit of these books. And so I was kind of like, I found myself just kind of like coming out of the story a little bit, but it was still super fun and it was still really good. And in terms of like enjoyment level, it was a solid 3 stars. I highly recommend if you're looking for a really fun reverse harem, like smutty, spicy story. I probably will continue with the 4th book. The 4th book is the last book in the series that follows Amel's POV and like her mates, and then there is a 5th book in the series that follows like another character in the story, so kind of like a spin-off type deal. I don't know that I would read book 5. I'm probably gonna take a little bit of a break from that series before I pick up the 4th book. I also listened to a bit more of The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. I'm 16% into it now. It's a book that I wish I had physically because the writing is so good. I don't think I could have contrasted my books anymore picking up The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, which is like beautifully written, lush, descriptive. There's a lot of like literary elements that are going on compared to like the smuttiest, silliest, goofiest, funniest book ever that like the writing wasn't impeccable, you know what I mean? I wish that I had it physically because the writing is so beautiful and I really want to be like underlining quotes and pieces of writing that I just find so beautiful. I've found that the opening lines of each chapter incredible. They like stop me in my tracks. I was outside this morning walking Jame out listening to the book and I was like, oh my god, that opening to this chapter was stunning. And then it was like the next chapter and I was like, oh my gosh, this one too. And it's tough because like I can't remember quotes from books in my brain long enough to like then go and write them down in my journal. Maybe when the book comes out in like paperback or something I would purchase it, but it's like a $30 book right now and I'm just not willing to pay that much money. So now I think I'm gonna return to Kiss of the Selkie. I don't feel super excited to pick up Kiss of the Selkie right now, but also I don't want to start a new book. I think I just need to get back into the story of Kiss of the Selkie since it's been a couple days since I've picked it up. Happy Friday. Apologies, I'm coming to you with no makeup and we're looking a little bit rough. Yesterday was just a really busy work day and I didn't end up getting too much reading done. I listened to more of The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, so I'm up to 50% in that book. I am still absolutely loving it. I think it's really stunning. I think it's a very unique reading experience. And then I ended up going completely off script or off TBR, if you will, for this video. And I started reading this book called In Too Deep by Jade Church. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, book talk got to me. I've been seeing TikToks for this book and like some of the smut for it and then like the romance scenes. Why did I say it like that? Romance scenes.
Romance.
It really sucked me in and I wanted to read this book. So it's only 250 pages. It's a contemporary romance and it is like a rich people romance. Our main character, her name is Rose. She comes from a really wealthy like hotel family. She's back in Cincinnati, which is her hometown. She lives in the penthouse of this like hotel and she has this enemy that she has been at war with since they were little. They grew up together. He's always been very like flirty and like sabotagey with her. So they have an enemies relationship and it's pitched as an enemies with benefits romance, and so automatically I was like, absolutely yes. I'm also discovering that like rich people romances really just do something for me. To this day, A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy is still one of my absolute favorite contemporary romances. And y'all know me, I'm not like super into contemporary romance, but the ones that I read and really like, I absolutely love. And then the other one that I've loved recently was Magnolia Parks. I really need to continue with the Magnolia Parks series because I was gagged. I love Magnolia Parks. But anyways, getting very off track. So I started In Too Deep. It's that kind of like rich people romance. I'm currently 27% of the way through. I've been reading it super, super quickly. So I think my goal for today is probably just to finish In Too Deep and then continue listening to The Last Tale of the Flower Bride and see how far I can get with that. But today I'm so excited because Ross and I are taking our engagement photos. So we have a kind of like sunset photography session booked. We're gonna be in Malibu at this really, really pretty beach called El Matador Beach. But it's so, so pretty. I've been so excited for our engagement photo session for such a long time. So that's why I'm not really gonna do like my makeup or anything today until later. And then I'll probably get some reading done. I just made a coffee and me and JMO are just having some snuggles on the couch. Hi besties. I'm here to end this reading vlog. I have some final thoughts. So I got up to 62% in The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. I'm still really enjoying it. I have about an hour and a half of the book left, so I'm hoping to finish it today. I have to end this vlog now so that I'm able to upload it. I've really, really enjoyed the writing style of this book. I mean, I know I've said that a couple times. I love the mood, the ambiance, the themes of this book. I'm really, really curious how it's going to end. I know I've heard some feedback from a couple folks saying that the plot was kind of meh. For me, I've really enjoyed it. I've really loved learning about this main character Indigo through two different lenses, and we never actually get Indigo's POV. We get her husband's POV and then her best friend from childhood, and she's very mysterious and clearly there's some weird things going on with her. I think it's a very unique story. I've never read a book where our main character is not a POV that we get and we're learning about her from other perspectives. I think it's so unique, it's very interesting and just beautiful, like beautifully executed. The other book that I finished is In Too Deep by Jade Church. I ended up giving it 2.5 stars. It was fun. It's a book that I didn't have to think too much about and where I'm still kind of coming out of this reading slump and I'm just freeform picking whatever books I feel like reading in the moment. It's really working for me and it's helping me just to like continue reading. I thought it was really fun. It is not a literary experience by any means and the plot is pretty predictable, but I was there for the spice. The spice delivered. I just needed to ignore the fact that David, our male main character, was blonde. Like Jade, why would you do that? We don't love a blonde male love interest pretty much ever. The only exception to that rule is Jax from Once Upon a Broken Heart and A Ballad of Never After. Besides that, absolutely no blonde, please. In my mind's eye, I was picturing tall, dark, and handsome, and it really worked for me. So I thought it was fun. Again, it was super short. It was like 250 pages. If you want something short, sweet, spicy on Kindle Unlimited, definitely recommend it. And then I never actually returned to The Kiss of the Selkie, which I'm kind of sad about. I need to actually get back to that book because I was so gagged with it when I read that first third. I just have to get back into it, but I kind of lost steam with it putting it down for a couple days. But that being said, please let me know what have been some of your favorite books of March. I can't believe we're already at the end of March. What's been some of your favorite books? What has been your biggest disappointment that you've read so far this month? I will catch you in the comments and I'll see you in my next video, friends. Bye!